Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Their luck just ran out. On St. Patrick's Day, apparently. Final destination. Happy 25th anniversary. Yes, this film came out on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, in the year 2000. It was directed by James Wan. No, not that James Wan. The plot. Fate is the darndest thing sometimes. It can be a blessing or a curse. For some students and teachers, it could be as simple as a roll of a dice. After one has a premonition of the plane they are on exploding, it comes true. After several passengers offboard. However, the survivors are not as lucky as they initially thought.
Live it up, Alex. You got your whole life ahead of you.
There's a reason this film took off like a plane in the sky. I am sorry. It's downright brilliant. Death going after people who escaped its cold embrace is an interesting concept. There are elements and clues that hint to what this force's design is. This was originally going to be an X-Files episode, but the idea was sound enough to warrant a feature film. All the while, a little 1984 film called Sole Survivor had a plot that was very similar, down to the plane crash and Death feeling like he got cheated. Shot in British Columbia, the locations are beautiful. Warm blues and greens really accentuate the earthly color palette of the film. It's a nice looking movie overall. For the characters, we have Alex Browning, played by Devon Sawa, from the Chucky TV show and Heart Eyes. He is the one with the premonition. He sees it all happen. His fellow classmates and even himself perish by way of plane explosion. When he gets the chance to get the hell off of that damn thing, some others follow. Now, Death is after them. Browning attempts to find a way to cheat Death once again. There has to be a pattern, a design, something to give clues as to who is next or how they will die. Sawa's performance is great, and he is visibly tense from the get-go.
Whoa, Mama, you gotta leave that on. I tell you, I made the last flight without the plane crashing or anything, so I figured it's gotta be on the bag, or at least with the bag.
Clear Rivers, played by Ali Lauder, from 1999's House on Haunted Hill, as well as Resident Evil 3, 4, and 6, is someone who practically idolizes Browning. She's not sure why at first. Then, the circumstances that follow seem to make her realize how much he means to her. She is a metal sculpture artist, and doesn't seem to have any parents around.
When I was a kid, I used to worry so much about my parents dying. Lying awake at night just worrying.
Yeah, well, most kids do, I guess.
Most kids never have it happen.
Carter Horton, played by Keir Smith from 2009's My Bloody Valentine remake, is the token bad boy douchebag. He thinks he has control over his life and death in the situation, which is a laugh. The very idea that Browning knows stuff on it that he does not drives him mad. Miss Valerie Luton, played by Kristen Cloak, from 2006's Black Christmas remake, kinda blames herself for what happened on the plane. She sent a fellow teacher to go back on the plane with the students to make sure they were alright when they got to Paris. But now, she regrets her decision. She is also petrified of Browning, unsure of what to believe, and if Browning is really connected to the plane crash at all, or if he sabotaged it, or really did have a premonition. She just doesn't know. and she's scared.
Don't talk to me. You scared the hell out of me.
Billy Hitchcock, played by Sean William Scott. Terry Chaney, played by Amanda Detmer. Todd Wagner, played by Chad Donella. And William Bloodworth, played by the late great Tony Todd, the OG Candyman. Round out the rest of the cast. There are also 2 detectives. On this case, Agent Wayne, played by Daniel Roebuck, and Agent Shrek, played by Roger Gunniver Smith, are memorable as well. Everyone in the cast is excellent, no one phones it in. There is genuine fear, shock, and sadness. The latter of which is shown during the funeral and the plane crash wreckage being recovered. By the way, the footage they show is real. It's from the TWA Flight 800 that crashed in 1996.
Authorities are pessimistic about the possibility of finding anyone alive from the ill-fated flight. All 287 passengers are feared dead.
For the gore, the effects. When I first saw this, I was not expecting much in terms of bloodshed. The film was rated R for violence and terror and language, which was kind of a common rating back then. So there was no gore in the rating. I was like, that's not going to be that bloody or gruesome or anything. How much gore could there be? Really? I had a phobia of flying when I was younger. Seeing that plane crash sequence startled me good. And seeing blood explode in the cabin, and seeing Alex being burned to a crisp charred was intense. But I was very intrigued by the story of it being all a premonition. I was like, whoa. So no more than 5 years later, I actually watched the whole damn thing. The idea was cool enough for me to push past my phobia of planes and revisit the film. We also get a tight strangulation. Remember when saying tight meant something was cool? It's tight, man. What? A person smashed into by a bus. A neck to cut throat, a knife to the chest, into the top of one's head is sliced off. It's got some hard-hitting executions, most definitely. Some are built up, while others come as a shock, even though they are expected. You're like, damn! The effects are pretty much all done practically. There are some CG shots, but they're not terrible. They're actually pretty well done for a budget of $23 million, which is not low, but not high, even for back then. The motion picture soundtrack, Shirley Walker composed some very fitting and well-done music for this film. The main hook should be way more iconic than it is. Songs like The Parents' Arrival and Premonition are saddening. They're deep, sorrowful tones that make you feel like if you were a parent and your kid actually survived a plane crash before it took off, that you're just grateful they're alive. It's also all the more sad that we know it's not going to get any better. The track Todd really gave me the Blair Witch Project trailer vibes. You know, that really weird sounding sound they have in this trailer. I don't know how else to explain it besides auto-tuned wind or whatever. That shit was creepy.
This afternoon, which is so certain, and which has every hour filled in advance.
The song Rocky Mountain High by John Denver, a singer who died in a plane crash, is actually a song I listened to long before. And hearing it in the film was like, so conflicted. Because it's a scary movie, and they have this song that I had listened to when I was like 5. And, yeah, I was like, my god, I love that song, but not here. This shit's creepy. Funny enough, I remember watching this film, hearing that music. I thought he said a song about a guy who died in a plane crash. But the song's not about that. The singer died in a plane crash. I was stupid.
Goddamn. Died in a plane crash.
Overall, good thing this film did not come out the year after, for obvious reasons. For the comparisons between reality and life imitating art, it would not make it to a full theatrical release. We would not have the long-standing franchise we do now, and that is currently still going. I've always enjoyed this film and the franchise for the most part. They have an endearing quality that I just find infectious. Make sure to check out this film and the series as a whole before the new one comes out. You will not be disappointed. For this first film, it hits the hardest. That's going to do it for this video, guys. And I've been your host, Brian Gatto. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe!